All right, are we live? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear the music okay? What is up? What's up, Kura? What's up, David? How you guys doing? Yeah, we got some coins starting to move. Bitcoin, man, if Bitcoin could just break through this 618 already, we could finally start getting these coins to start really pumping. But there's some things that hit the macro bottoms we've been looking at. Things started to pump. I still need my Beam token to pump. It's not doing anything yet. I think it's waiting on Bitcoin to see if Bitcoin's going to do anything. Yeah, we got 9 people in here. How's everyone doing? So what is going on in the market? Yeah, we need Bitcoin to pump over this level already. Still bearish until we get over it. Yeah, XCN's coming back down. So what is ZBCN doing? I need Beam to pump so I can put profits over into a ZBCN long. Yeah, she's still waiting for me. She's looking bullish here. Consolidating, not looking bad. Damn, I can't wait. Come on, Beam. What's up, Eric? SPX 6900. We got David for 5. I appreciate that, my man. Dog and me. Dog and me to the moon. Yeah, Dog and me has a very bullish overall chart. This thing's gonna fly at some point. Yeah, and it's curling up here. It just put in a higher low. It's holding over the 1618. Same thing Beam is doing. There's a lot of coins doing this right now, so if we could just get this move up, which it looks like it's coming. It's just I'm being impatient. Yeah, high to the low. You're holding over the 236, the 1618. It's going to stick right at the 382. So once you get over 306, you're bullish, and then to break out over this 2618 level. So if we can get over 63, you're bullish, and then once you get over 309, you're extremely bullish. Once you get over this level here, but it doesn't look bad where it is. I think it's all going to depend on what Bitcoin does. So the momentum is down. Last time momentum was down, it curled up and it went to the moon a little bit. So the only concerning thing, because it is on the chart, I'm not going to, but we've done this many times, but you guys know what I'm about to say. So the strong move down, consolidation, this could be a continuation pattern and it could go lower. So it has to hold the 1618. So if this is going to break to the downside, I would simply say as long as you're over the 236 here. If the price falls below 5, then you're possibly breaking down. And it could come all the way down to the 1272, be bearish. Yeah. So it's either or right now. It's either the bottom is in or this one's about to drop. A 36% drop. So just keep that in mind. That could happen. It did the same thing back here. The strong move down, little consolidation, little bear flag, and then it dropped more, and then it went up. So there could be a quick drop, and then it goes up. But it would still put in the higher low, still be bullish, and still go up at some point. But that's what the chart is telling me right now. Dog and me. But yeah, dog and me is not a bad one. Yeah, so if you drop below 5, you're bearish. If you can get over this 6th level, then you're bullish. You'll break out to the upside. It's a waiting game. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just another day. Just got to push through every day. What's up, Plowboy? What's up, JY's? Thoughts on the market, Undead? We're getting stuck. It's not doing anything. Until Bitcoin gets over the 618 here, it's getting stuck right at it. So if we can get over this 94.4 area, then we're bullish. Then we're going to start going. We're going to go over 100K again. But right now, the market, everything's got a little pump going. Not everything, but most things. But everything's getting stuck because Bitcoin is getting stuck. SPX. Yeah, we got the same movement in the whole market. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Like what we just looked at, dog and me. Everything's forming the same structure here. We pumped and we're going sideways now. But it looks like, just looking at this here, it looks like we're about to get a move up. Same thing with dog and me. We have to point out the bearishness too, but these coins just look like they're about to start going. High to the low, you're over the 3-2, consolidation, double bottom again. Market structure's intact. Yeah, I mean, this one right here, if I had the money, I would put it in a long position right now. This thing, it looks like beam and everything else. It looks like we're about to spike up. It looks like these coins are getting ready to go. So SPX here, as long as you're over the 3-2, you are bullish. And then if we draw another one on the chart, we go from the low to the high. Yeah, you held the 0.5236 here. You're over the 236 from the low to the high. So over 54, 53, 54, you're bullish right now. And if this thing's about to get a spike out of here. Yeah, it just looks like to me that Bitcoin's about to break out and we're about to start going. Let me zoom out. I guess zoom in maybe. But yeah, this one's getting ready to do a 5x to a new high. $3 is on the radar right now for a 5x. Where can dog and me go to on the upside? Well, I mean, we got to hit these first targets here first. 10x would be up to $6 on SPX. But SPX is probably just going to rocket out of here. So there's no telling how high it's going to go. Then dog and me to the moon. I mean, the overall chart on dog and me, it just, the whole chart looks bullish. It's just curled up and it's getting ready to go. So hopefully we don't get the breakdown here. But we have the top of the fib here on dog and me. A penny and a half, a little over a penny and a half, 2 pennies. So this thing made 30x out of here, 2 cents. But the overall chart looks extremely good. What's up, Isaac? Watching, waiting, staring at the sun. Oh man, shipping is pumping. What's up, Ross? How you doing, my man? What's up, Flip Coins? What's up, Hood Rich? What's up, Crypto Meolysis? How you doing, my man? Yeah, I watched most of your live stream. Grinding away, my man. Yeah, I just did an update on Vara. We're gonna see if the bottom is in. I think the bottom is in. I think we're about to go up. So hopefully I got into Beam at a good time and I can get a little 2, 3, 4x. My little $90 investment can turn into a couple hundred. It'd be nice if it turned into 1,000. Then I'm back in the market and I would be a little more happier than I am. Or, you know what I mean. Shipping is pumping. Yeah, there's a lot of coins I keep saying that are moving right now. So at least we're not going down. But yeah, she pumped from the last time we looked at her. But the overall chart on shipping is extremely bullish here. In my opinion, at least. It held over the low to the high, macro 3-2. We're holding the 236. We're going sideways. So it's not in a bad position right now. Once it gets over the 382 here, it's holding the 236, I mean, but once it gets over the 382 at 8, you're bullish. And then clearly when this thing gets over the 0.5 where it gets stuck every time at over a penny, then that's when this thing's going to really start flying. But the fact that alt season's not here yet, it's not going to go to the moon. I don't see that happening, but we at least get a nice, decent run up. This thing to a new high at 30 cents would be a 44x. But maybe we're about to get a move up, you know, a nice move up on a lot of coins, 5, 6x up to 4. You know, come up here and then hold for a little bit, and then, you know, when we're ready, we'll go up. But yeah, right now you got to get over 8.3. Velo, yeah, Velo's the same way. Velo's got a very bullish chart. Just looking at all these charts, especially on the macro, it's just depends on what coin it is, of course. Yeah, Velo's getting stuck at resistance right now. It's at the 236. Bounced off of the 3.2 low to the high on the macro chart. It held the trend. It tagged it. So once you get over a penny and a half, you're even more bullish. And then once you get over the 3.2 here at 18, this thing's going to shoot up to the 0.5 and put in a higher high once again. It's just taking its sweet time. But that's what we're looking for. A nice move up on a lot of coins. So a 3.5x to the 0.5, and it'll probably get stuck here and then pull back again. Until alt season gets here, just expect that when you get bullish over some of these targets, when you hit the first resistance level, especially if you got a macro chart like this is making higher highs and higher lows, I would expect it, you know, maybe spike up above it, hit 5 cents or so, but it's probably going to get stuck. But just looking at the overall chart on Velo here, just to come up and hit the 786 retracement if the chart holds up, yeah, Velo's good for a 30x here. This thing's going to come up here and hit about 45, 50 cents. Definitely, I think. There's no guarantees, but I mean, you can just see the chart here. It looks good. Yeah, and the fact that the whole market seems like it's putting in bottoms, macro bottoms, we're getting bounces. This could be the bottom for Vara. Is she going to continue to run? I don't know. She's already getting stuck. But yeah, like I said, I just covered it. You're getting stuck right at that first resistance level. So there's no breakout. You're not bullish yet until you get over a penny on Vara. So if we could just get Bitcoin to push through the 618 and start pumping again, then a lot of these coins are going to take off out of here, I think. Welcome to the BTC live stream, live show. Binance is getting ready to list some base chain coins. Yeah, maybe these exchanges know what's about to happen. We got Jonathan for 2. I appreciate that. Math ready to break out as well. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys coming in here with the super chats and the support. It's awesome. It gets me through the day. Math. What is Math doing? Now, if we see Bitcoin still getting stuck and Bitcoin starts to fall and everyone starts to talk bearish again, then we're probably just going to crash back down. And that may be the reason everything's pumping, just so it can come, just so we have room to crash down. So we have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, Math is getting stuck also. Still in the downtrend, getting stuck at the 236, 618. So you're over the 786 on the macro, but you're still getting stuck. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, you're getting stuck right at the double 236 area. So there's a lot of resistance here on Math at the moment. Downtrend in 236. So if we can get over 15, up pretty much 16, then you'll have a breakout on your hands. And like I said, just looking at the macro picture, high to the low. I mean, but you'd have to imagine the bottom is in here. But it is stuck right now. But if you can get over that level there, then you have something. Once the downtrend is broken. But we're seeing a lot of coins break the downtrend. So I think it's only a matter of time. Like I said, unless we obviously crash down. And this thing to a 786 retracement is your 10x from here up to $1.60. And if it's going to make a higher high, maybe $5 on math. I don't know where math is going. It's a low market cap. It's on Coinbase, so people will buy it at some point. But downtrend, and you made a lower low, so it's not bullish right now. But it's also, you know, not a bad spot to be buying in if you're bullish on math. Bells. What is Bells doing? Looking like Vara. Yeah, Bells doesn't look bad here either. Yeah, if I can ever make profit on one coin, some of these charts look really good. This doesn't look horrible at all. I mean, the stock RSI is already at the top. But it could hang out up here and the momentum just shoot in and this thing could just spike up. But it does look good for a double bottom with a higher low. So Bells is not in a bad spot to put in a position or buy it or whatever. Not perfect, but 618, you got the market structure intact. And you're getting stuck right at the 382 to be bullish. That's where it got stuck last time. So if you can get this thing over 23, this thing's going to flip bullish, and then it'll push you through the 236 on the macro, and it'll probably have a move for the 382. Pretty much where it got stuck last time. So this thing could easily spike up, you know, almost 70%. But like I said, it doesn't look horrible where it is. Maybe these coins on the bottoms are about to do their 618 retracements and get stuck. So this thing could 3x from where it is, if it can get over 23. What's up, Angry Spam? What's up, Zivit? Got Stone Santa in the house. Yeah, ACH is still macro bullish. ACH. Where are you at? Oh man, ACH looks like it's about to take off too. This thing doesn't look bad either. Hopefully we don't draw this and it drops. But you got a strong move up. You're consolidating in this little pattern here. It doesn't look horrible. It looks like it's about to spike out of here also. Unless, like I said, something happens and we just die from here. But high to the low, you're getting stuck right at the 382. So if it can break over this 382, then this thing's going to spike up. And you do have the 618.5 next big resistance, so it'll probably spike up here and then cool off. So 40% move is probably in play at the moment. But you're over the macro 382, you're holding up in the consolidation. It looks like a continuation up. And then, of course, looking at the macro chart for ACH, it's very bullish in my opinion. It's just not time to go to the moon yet, but the way this thing is curled up in this large ascending triangle pattern looks very good to me. And I think ACH is easily going to hit the new high and 18.5, 19x from here up to 50, and it may go higher, but I would get out at 50 if I was me. Yeah, ACH doesn't look horrible at all. Not a bad spot to be buying in. If I can get an ACH before it takes off, I will. But I want a good chunk of money to put on it. WIF is the next Dogecoin. There's a lot of coins that could be the next Dogecoin, I guess. All these meme coins. I mean, like last time there was what? There was Doge, Elon, and SHIB were the big three. Now there's so many meme coins now. There's so many new dogs, there's so many new Shibas, there's so many new Doges. But yeah, WIF is gonna be a good play. And we looked at WIF not too long ago and it's clearly hit the bottom. It bounced right on this level here. Hit the 618 and it's over the 236 at the moment. So as long as you're over 5.9, 88 is up next. But yeah, these new coins are gonna absolutely blast out of here at some point. Just be smart about it. When these things do blast off, don't hold to the moon, because there's no telling where they're gonna stop. But a new high on this one would be a 16x up to $10. And then if it's gonna just blast out of here, $20 maybe for a 30x. I think these dog with hats and Mog and all these coins are gonna blast out of here. They're probably gonna do 10 to 20x's easily. Not everyone will, but we'll see. But if you can catch one of them and roll over into it, that's not a bad play. We got Maddie. What's up, Maddie? For 10, I appreciate that. Might be time to buy these chick coins again with little starters. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, my man. I put in a 3x long on Beam with 90 bucks. All I got. So I need Beam to do like a 5x out of here. 3 to 4, 5x, just something, just to get me back in the game with my 3x leverage, and then it's going to start me back in. And then I'll roll it over into ZBCN or whatever's not moving yet, and whatever looks bullish to me. And then just keep doing that all the way up. Little safe 3x plays on all these different coins. I just got to pick the right one that looks bullish, like it's going to move first. I know that's impossible, but it would be nice to catch one and then get out after our little 5x, 3x leverage, and then catch another one for a 2 or 3x, and then catch another one. Just work my way up to 100 grand, or whatever it's going to be. Yeah, turbo pumped. She's through our box. Doesn't look bad. We got turbo. Like I said, a lot of these coins are pumping. Hopefully it's not a fake out and Bitcoin dies from here and all these coins just come right back down and we're bearish for the whole summer. Hopefully they have something good to say on, what is it, May 6th, May 7th, whatever it is. High to the low, you're over our red box, you're over the 382, you're over the macro 236, you're already over the 382 on the macro 18. So if you could stay over 4, we're bullish here. But it's another coin, high to the low, it's getting stuck right at the 618. That's what we keep seeing, high, low, 618, and then it's over. But as long as we're over this 236 at 4, even if we consolidate down here, you're still bullish. But she is hitting resistance and already forming a wick, so that could be it for now for turbo. But we're seeing things get stuck. If Bitcoin can push through, maybe we'll get this momentum to continue up. But yeah, not a bad move on turbo. We just really need the big dog to push through the 618 and start pumping again. If we can get Bitcoin over 95k and then over 100k, then we're going to get a decent run. You're selling at the 618s and not looking back, rotating. Yeah, that's my plan too. Hopefully it works out for us. Sean says, which new coins? Where's Mog from? I have no idea. Yeah, what's up, Laurel? There's not enough time left in the bull run for a 19x on most coins. I'd be happy with a 5x. It's just going to depend on what coin you pick. Some people are going to pick the right coins and they're just going to get 20x's out of nowhere. And then some people will pick junk that's not going to do nothing but a little 2, 3, 5x, and then it's over. But there's a lot of choices, but there's too many choices. What's the contact address for real? For Mog? I don't know what you mean. All you just do is just go to CoinMarketCap and type in Mog, and it'll pop up. But there's a lot of them. There's Mog, there's Whiff, there's Mudang, there's, you know, Pepe, Andy, Brett. Can we do an update on ALCX? I preferred RWA coins. The way it looks, these memes aren't going anywhere. I'm in memes looking to take profits and roll over to ACH and Swift. Hold on. All right, hold on. I gotta help my son. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What were we looking at? ALCX. What's up, Silver, my man? How you doing? Yeah, they'll come back in. The people, the just like it happened last time. Everyone's just gonna pile in out of nowhere. It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna be making money left and right. Especially if you're buying these low prices, these low targets, the bottoms that we're looking at. Even though, you know, it is crypto, these things could go lower. But we'll see how it plays out. ALCX here, got a nice little move going. Getting stuck, of course. Yeah, like I said yesterday, we don't even have to look at the coin. We'll just say it's getting stuck at 236. So, unless I really think unless Bitcoin starts to move again, these coins are just getting stuck. So you got to get over 990 here. 990 up to 1222. If you can get over that, then you're bullish. Clearly, the support in this area, it's going to be heavy resistance. So there's a good chance we're just going to come up here and get stuck. So just be prepared for that. Another 25% move if it can get over that level, and then 12 would be your resistance. But it would be nice if we could get a pump out of Bitcoin. But you have to get over those levels to put the bottom in, because clearly it made a lower low, so there's nothing bullish on the macro chart. And then what do we got going on here? Yeah, low to the high, you down below the 786, you put in that lower low. Let's move that one. And on the macro chart, of course, this thing from where it is now has to get over where it's getting stuck. So from the previous time, it was getting stuck there, but then we pull it down, all the candles are getting stuck. So until you get over $35, $36, and then over 97 to be bullish on the macro. But if you're bullish on whatever this thing is, Alchemix, it could very well be the bottom. 618 retracement, damn. Yeah, 618 retracement on this one's a 50x. So if this thing's gonna survive and people are gonna buy this coin, I don't know where you can buy it. But if the bull market was to kick off today in alt season and people actually know this coin and they buy it, it'll probably hit a 618 retracement and wick above it and then die. That's a large move. I don't know what this coin is. But like I said, there's nothing bullish on the chart right now. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, she's curled up on the 4-hour. So she may continue to run. She's forming a little bull flag again, just like it did here and here and here. So she's still on the move. So what we will do on the daily time frame is just go from here to the bottom. Oh man, oh, you are above the 618. So yeah, on the smaller time frames, this thing is getting over the levels it needs to. It's over the 618 here. So it's still looking bullish short term. If you can stay over 968, it may try to push up here. So maybe another coin putting in the bottom. What's up, Dr. Sheba Wind Moon in June? Hopefully this month, this May. What's up, you grow? Good to see you on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm not busy with the kids, I'm usually here every day. Who's Jordan? Jordan thinks we get one last blow off top. Yeah, I don't think the market's anywhere near over. The fact that most coins are at the bottom, or most coins are curling up, it hasn't even started yet. It has not started. Bitcoin, as soon as Ethereum wakes up, a lot of these coins will start running. But yeah, we need things to happen. Bitcoin had a decent run, but stuck at the high-low 618, we keep saying. But if we can push through this, man, and get over 100K, then we're back. But as for one last blow off top, I think we're not even close to that yet. If we get a decent run, if we can break over 100K, Bitcoin may come up here to, what was that, yeah, once we get over 103, then we may shoot up here to 127, then we'll pull back, and then that last blow off top. But a lot of coins that are pumping are following suit. They're just getting stuck right at their 618s or 382s. We got Sean for 2. I appreciate that. Here's for hoping for a 618 retracement on the LCX. And I hope it does. If ALCX can hold where it is, put the bottom in, get over those targets. You know, and like I said, if people are going to buy it, if it's viable, if it's on Coinbase, or if it's on, large exchanges where people are just going to pile in out of nowhere, then it could be one of those coins that just rockets up to the 618 and just gets stuck and it's over. But I hope it does for you, my man. I want all you guys to make money. What are we looking at? But yeah, I appreciate the 2. Ross says Cash App check. I appreciate that if you send something again. Yeah, Ross knows it. Yeah, Ross keeps sending Cash Apps when he donates, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but YouTube takes 30% of whatever you send. So that $2 you just sent, they took 30% of that. So that is why I have Cash App. All right, I got it, my man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Helps me survive. Wonder why DOT hasn't pumped like others. Yeah, I don't know. Does DOT have the chart of Cosmos? Some of these older coins like Cosmos look like they're never gonna go back up. So I don't remember what DOT is doing. Man, she put the bottom in, it looks like. I mean, there's nothing bullish on the chart. You double topped, you made a lower low, almost tagged the 786 here. So you would have to, you know, you would have to think that that was the bottom at about 324. But just looking at the macro chart here, high to the low. Hey, let's move this high to the low now. Yeah, so you got to get over 580 to 6, but it's just not doing anything. Some of these older coins just ain't doing anything yet. Clearly getting stuck at the 382 every time. So it looks like the bull run on this coin is going to be confirmed when you get over about 58. 958 that is. Yeah, once you get over $10 on Polkadot, then you'll know she's running. But it is an older coin. I mean, if it stays down here and I can roll over into it, I'd probably ride it for a little play. Because it's going to go somewhere. 618 retracement. There you go. 4.5x is all you can really expect out of some of these older coins. I don't know. It may go higher, but when I get my little 4.5, 5x's on older coins that I'm rolling over into, I'm just going to take that profit and buy something that's still doing this. I don't know if I would ever buy Cosmos, because Cosmos is horrible. But Polkadot's macro just going sideways. If you're lucky, a 7x to about 30 bucks. But it's doing like the rest of the market. We're hitting bottoms. It looks like the macro bottom. I mean, it's not a bad idea to buy in where it is. Yeah. See, every coin high to the low. 236 is in play. So 440 up to 535, and then you can be bullish. Then it'll start running back up to those other prices. But it's just doing like the other old coins. Yeah, I just want to see what the Cosmos chart looks like. So we looked at Cosmos not too long ago. Yeah, it almost looks the same. You're holding the 618 on the macro picture. And if you look back, it looks like the bottom for Cosmos. It looks like the bottom is in on Cosmos that we can pile in. But it's just one of those old charts that's making lower lows. Just, I mean, there's nothing bullish on the chart, but it looks like the bottom is in on Cosmos. So yeah, like Cosmos and DOT and some of those other coins. I mean, there's some like Dash and Ethereum Classic that look really good. So I think it's a gamble for Cosmos and DOT. I don't know if they're going to go up very high. We got Peter for 2. I appreciate that. Then you do CTX and XCN, please. I appreciate the 2. He wants a 2 for 1. What? Oh. But yeah, DOT's getting stuck just like the rest. You keep stacking Moonwell, Arrow, and Near. Yeah, Arrow and Moonwell are good plays. Near should be a good play. Near, Render, and whatever the other coin is. I like the big ones. CTX and XCN. CTX. But yeah, that's how I'm treating the older coins, which there's a lot of them that are going to do probably 5x's. But yeah, once I roll over into, if I get some money on Beam and then I can start rolling over into other coins and finally get some money built up, it would be nice to throw $1,000 on some of these coins and let them do a 5x with some leverage and then just rotate it in and out and just work my way up. That's the plan. No more of this chasing green candles and believing something's going to go to a penny or $1 when it's ridiculous to begin with. Yeah, CTX, low to the high. You tagged the 786, so I mean, it looks like the bottom is in. You're trying to get back over the 618. You did make a lower low. So macro wise, there's nothing bullish on it, but it looks like it put the bottom in, but it has to get back over this level here. Once you get back over 205, get back over this area, that's clearly support, resistance, support. Now it's resistance once again. So there's nothing bullish on this thing until you get over 205, and then 205 up to the double 319 to 370, and then once you get over that, then you're bullish. And clearly the breakout for a bull run is going to be the 0.5 here. Confirmed over the 618, but we don't know how high this coin's going to go. But once you get over $6 on CTX, it's bull run mode. Next big stop is probably going to be 20 bucks for a 10x, and if it's going to go higher than that, we just have this up on the screen. 70 bucks for a slightly higher high would be almost a 40x. Is CTX coming all the way up here to the 1272 at 140? Probably not. That's a large move. That's a 75x, but there's no telling. That would be your moonshot price. But right now it is at macro resistance with a lower low, so it could still get stuck here, pull back to the 786 and not go up for a while. So as long as you're below $2, you could drop 30%. But like I said, if it pushes through here, then that's the bottom. You hit that final support level. I mean, it's not a bad spot to be buying in if you're bullish on it. XCN's coming back down. She already pumped and got stuck at the 618, and it's time to go down. I think it's bearish now, short term. Did she move back up? Yeah, if you can see it low to the high, you just lost the 382 support at 2. And that's what we've been saying on XCN. It needs to hold 2. So you're holding the height of the low 0.5 at 19. So you're down below the 382, so you're no longer bullish. It just looks like it wants to come down here. Unless you get back over 2 pennies, I would expect this thing to come back down to the 382, back down and back test this trend line here. So if XCN can't get back over 2, it's going to be a slow crawl down. It could be fast. So you run the risk of dropping, almost 20%. Lost the larger 236, and as long as you're below 2, 16 is in play. And like we've been saying, every time we look at it now, it came up here, double topped with a slightly lower high, and it hit our red box for resistance twice now, and it's just not looking great at the moment. It'll go up at some point, but it doesn't look like it anytime soon. Older coins 5x and hit the liquidate button. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this air conditioner on. It's getting pretty hot in here already. ATH, all-time high, 8th year. Is the bottom end. It's trying to do something here, but it's been doing the same thing. Little stair step down to the pits of the shadow realm. So we gotta move this down. I mean, I think we pulled this up here to just say that wick and then the candles are holding. So that was probably the bottom with the wick. Clearly you're getting stuck here, so over 4 is probably the price, and then bullish over 5. But if we want to be fair and pull it down to where it needs to be, and now you can see you got stuck at the 382, so you got to get over 3. Pretty much, yeah, once you get over 5, you're bullish again. But the question is that the bottom on this one? So what we'll simply do is, the stock RSI curled up here. To get over 5 is going to be heavy resistance, so keep it short and sweet and simple, high to the low. Until you get over 3, you're not bullish yet. If you can get over 3, you're bullish, and it'll probably push you up to try to get over that 618. But the 236 is your 618. So you could still, the way the market structure is on this coin, you could still pump up, hit that 618, 236, and you just fall off the table again. So there's nothing bullish on this chart, unless you're trying to catch a bottom. So a 25% pump up, and if it can't get over 3.5, 3.7, then you're still bearish, and you're just going to fall back down. Short-term bullish if it can get over the 382 it's trying to get to right now. But if that is the bottom on this coin, like this coin here, this is an example of a chart I would never buy unless I had the extra money and I knew the project and I knew it was going to do good in the future. And just accumulate for whatever it does go to the moon. Same thing with Vara. I think Vara is going to be a good project if it survives the bear market next coming up. But it wouldn't be bad to just load up on some Vara. And like I said, I don't know what this coin is, but it may be good to load up on this one. But from the bottom, if that is it, at 8x to a new high at 24. Gets you up to almost $1 billion market cap. Unless it's changed. We got SUKU in the house. That's Hoppy. I guess I need to switch the music. Hoppy. Yeah, Hoppy doesn't look bad. She's pumping up to the 3-2, getting stuck like everything else. But she broke the downtrend. It looks like the bottom is in. We back tested the trend, so very good looking. So you got to get over the 3-2 here. Got to get over 4-8. Or you're still bearish and you can come right back down. And then, but yeah, we're seeing that on everything. Everything's just getting stuck. If Bitcoin can get over 95K and before these coins end up falling back down, maybe they'll start pumping and have some follow through. But clearly low to the high, short term, you're over the 382. You broke this level here. So you got the move off of the double bottom with the higher low. So as long as you're over 3, you're bullish. I would say any lower than 3.6 though, it's probably just going to come back down. So if it cannot get over that macro 382, and more likely than not, if you lose the 236 here, it'll probably come down and put in a higher low. So yeah, as long as you're getting stuck, you could still drop back down 36% plus. But if it can stay over 3.6 and then get over, what did I say, 4.8. But it doesn't look bad for a bottom being in. This is what I want to see on Beam. Beam looks the exact same way. So once it got over, yeah, she just did a 2x. And if we get this one out of the way, if it can push through, big price to get over is 618 for 4.5x move up to 301, taking away a 0. And then once you get over that, that's when you're in bull run territory for this thing to just shoot out of here. So possible new high 40x 3089. Oh, let me switch that. 20x. But it's not in a bad spot. Broke the trend, back tested, and now it's trying to pump. These are larger candles weekly, so it's going to take time. We're not in bull run territory to where all season's here and memes are flying. At some point we will, where we have these large candles spawn in. But right now we're getting a decent little move on the market, but nothing to write home about really. Nothing to make you dance in your underwear. Yeah, we're not going to chase green candles. End of month, ETF, BTC, and stock options expire. Usually sell off contracts. Rebuys first few days of May. Whatever, you know what I mean. She said giving out alpha. I can't stand when YouTubers say that. We got the alpha here. Their shocked faces and alpha all over the place. Yeah, I think you guys are going to be prepared. I think we're prepared here. What's up, Crypto Mailman? What's up, Maine? Can you see when token is doing good today? When? Yeah, I did an update on AOS. AOS is pushing. There's a lot of things that are pushing right now. just get ready for getting stuck. Yeah, we don't cover win anymore because no one cares about it. If that's what you're talking about. And it's doing the same exact thing. She's coming up to the 382. You're over the macro 236, but we go high to the low short term. Oh, she's over the 382. But just be careful. It's probably going to get stuck here. If it can stay over 4.6 and then break out, will be over 8.4. Yeah, these coins are finally waking up. Oh, this is the crypto chart. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I guess all the other coins we've been watching, LCX, PNG, ABT, all these coins putting in macro bottoms. Now all these coins that were going to zero are putting in bottoms. So on the macro, if you can stay over 3.8 and get over 6.4, then you're bullish and you're back. Clearly, breakout bull run is going to be over the 618 at 43014. But we'll have to see if the bottom is put in first. Like I keep saying, if Bitcoin falls back down, then we're all screwed. But there's so many coins that haven't even moved yet, and there's so many that have, of course. But just looking on the macro monthly, yeah, if you believe in win's gonna go to the moon, win the 28x up to a new high. 786 where it got stuck last time to 3025 would be a 5.5x. What's up, hate is bad. You heard some YouTuber unalived himself because he lost so much money on Hoppy. Really? That's horrible. I guess that's why you don't put all your money into one coin. Even though my little bit of all the money I have in the market is in one coin, but it's only 90 bucks. But yeah, I covered AOS today. I should just sit down and cover every coin because people will start watching when these coins are pumping. But yeah, AOS hit the macro bottom. As you can see, all these coins that pumped, PNG, ArcBlock, all these coins, they ended up hitting the macro bottoms, and that's it. You stayed over the 3.2, low to the high, so you're bullish over 21. Stuck at resistance right now at the 236 from the low to the high. So if it can get over 4.3, then it's even more bullish. But what we're going to do here, of course, is zoom in. High to the low on AOS. Yeah, you're over the short-term 382, so 38. If you can stay over 38 and push through this 236 here, pretty much get over 50, you're bullish. Breakout over 62, but it's just doing like the rest of the market. It's getting stuck at some form of resistance level, and you can clearly see in the past why it's getting stuck. All of this support back here is now resisted, so if you can push through and get over pretty much 50, this thing's going to be bullish. Yeah, I would keep it that simple. If AOS can get over 50, this thing could start going. How high is it going to go? No one knows. It's probably not going to the moon and do it at 30x, almost to 12. But you may get a higher high out of this thing finally, because it did make a higher high. So maybe, yeah. I mean, a lot of things look like they could 4 or 5x right now. That'd be a 5.5, almost a 6x, if it can get over 50 and start pumping. Get unstuck. We just need to get unstuck. He bought the top, put in like 10K. Yeah, that's just not good. money to buy 2025 HODL. I don't know what that means. Selfie? What is selfie? Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this AC on. It's getting stuffy in here. It's hot. Selfie dog coin. On Sol. Yeah, there's just too many coins out there. I'm gonna look at it on Deck Screener because I don't like this chart. This thing at 002. All right, let me bring up Deck Screener to check it, and then let me bring up a new song. Come on. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Selfie on Sol. Usually Deck Screener has better charts. Selfie dog coin. Alright, it's got the same chart, so we can look at it here. It's the same exact thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the bottom is in on this one. It came down here, put in a slightly higher low, came down to the final area. Any lower than this thing would have just dropped to 0. Momentum is clearly up over 50. So the question is, why is it getting stuck? So we'll simply go from the high to the low, and it's stuck at the 382. So it is over holding support, but until you get over 4.2, it's not bullish. So it could easily come back down. So I mean, it could come down and put in a higher low or something, but if it can get over that level, then you're bullish again. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in on Selfie dog coin. It's just that, you know how many new coins are going to spawn in when we go bullish? New coins are going to spawn in all over the place, and people are going to be wanting to know what they're doing. They're going to buy and chase. Alright, so the 236 is your low to the high 3.2. So if you can stay over 2.2, you stay bullish. Any lower than that, then like I said, you could come all the way down here and drop. Damn, that's a 50% drop. So we'll see how it plays out, but it is trying to hold. And clearly this level right here, I mean, now that you're above it, we'll see if it holds, but you have to stay over 2.2. You're gonna have to put your booty on the corner to make more money. Yeah. We got Sean for 5. I appreciate that. Cookie down, ZBC in, please. What's up, TikTok Tube? How you doing? Cookie. Yeah, let me pull Cookie up, and then I gotta go turn this air on. Get it loud in here for a minute. Yeah, I mean, Cookie's still pushing here. She still looks bullish. Yeah, this is another one we've been looking at a lot lately. I mean, it looks like to be the macro bottom was put in. It hit this level again. Like a lot of these charts, hit the 618, low to the high. And she's pushing back up. We go high to the low. You're over the 236 at 12. Once you get over, what is that, 18 up to 19, then you're bullish again. just zoom it in real quick. So you hit the 618, you're over the 786. Short term. Yeah, as long as you're over 12, you're bullish. But like I said, even zooming in, it looks bullish still. But just be careful. Momentum has been up here for a while. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, it looks bullish on the larger time frames. So my question is, are we about to really rip out of here for a little bit? I mean, we're already seeing it. Cookie, a new high on Cookie would take you up to $1.80 to $2. So yeah, are we getting ready to 20x? Pull an XE in. It's about a 14x. Almost a 14x. It's $1.80, $2. Yeah, a lot of these coins appear to be putting the bottoms in. If they're not doing anything like ZBCN, I mean, ZBCN is not really moving yet. But you're over that 786, you're consolidating here, and just, I don't know. Momentum's over 50. Weekly's curling up, about to have a bullish cross. Man, I need Beam to move because ZBCN looks like it's about to take off here. And like we went over last time, if it's about to put in a higher high, but you got to get over the 236 and then over 12.6 here, you're bullish, but 140% move, so a 2.5x coming up. But this consolidation does not look horrible. It did almost the same thing last time where it dipped down, it consolidated, and it just took off. So ZBCN is not bad. It's just going sideways. High to the low. Yeah, we're right at the 382. So the 618 here is also your 382. So if we can get over 001, you're bullish. Whatever you do, don't draw a bullish continuation pattern. We already did. We already drew one on the day, so we'll see what happens. Cookie is no joke. Just here grinding away. All I can do. Waiting on Beam to pump so I can have some sort of happiness in my life. Beam to the moon. All right, let me switch this song and put on the air conditioner for a moment. I'm starting to melt. But yeah, I appreciate the 5 there. But yeah, I think ZBCN good move coming up, and then I think ZBCN could possibly hit 3 to 4 cents once it finally wakes up and runs. It's gonna blast out of here like XCN out of nowhere. But I think a top would be 3 to 4 cents, so 30 to 40x. Unless ZBCN never does anything, then whatever. But your first big target would be a 5x to the new high at 205. And you know, maybe that's all she does. Maybe she's a 5x her coin and that's it. It may consolidate till the end and then finally run. Hoping not, but hoping it waits for me. What's up, King? How you doing? BTC over 100K before May. Watch. I hope so. I mean, the fact that the market's putting in bottoms all over the place, there's coins starting to move and wake up. it just looks like the market wants to just, you know, have a little pop, a little move to the upside. Let me put it on here real quick. Bitcoin. I gotta go get a drink. I gotta turn this air on. I'll be back in like 4 or 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it's gonna be. But yeah, let's just stare at the Bitcoin chart. We need this thing to pump. Maybe if enough people look at it, we'll get a move up. Yeah, it's just getting stuck here. Jeez. What are we on? So the 1 hour chart. Oh, she's getting squeezed. What's going to happen? She's over the 382. It's stuck right at that 618. Yeah, man, it's getting squeezed here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. What's up, Dustin? Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are bearish right now, but I think everything we've been looking at, you know, just seeing the bottoms being put in on most things, it just looks like the market wants to go up. Very short term. I mean, you're over this level here. You're holding. It doesn't look bad to me. Come on. So is there anything like going to the moon right now? Yeah, what is the poll? 39 votes. Most of you guys like Brett over Mog. What's up, Crypto Homes? Thoughts on Moonwell? Yeah, Well's a good one. She's pushing just like everything else is doing right now. But it is on the 0.5 high to the low. Yeah, right at the 382. I knew it before I even pulled it up. So 31 to 32, and then we can be bullish. That's why I keep saying if Bitcoin can push through, then these coins are going to start flying. The market is just screaming bullish right now to me. But technically not bullish because we're getting stuck on everything. All right, I'm texting real quick. Hold on. But yeah, well, we've been looking at well on the macro monthly chart, and it just, the overall chart looks bullish here. It's been holding higher highs and higher lows. Doesn't look bad. Put in a higher low again. So if the market's going to be bullish here, it's time for us to put in higher highs. So maybe a next move up is a spike over the 786 at 12.5 for about a 4.5, 5x maybe. But that's what we're seeing on a lot of coins. About to get a decent run up. 40x to the new high on well would take you up to $1.30. But it's curled up here and it doesn't look horrible in the macro monthly chart. We flipped bullish and the bull run started. Alt season started. This thing would just rocket out of here. But I mean, we're starting. The move is starting again. Every time on the monthly candles it tags the trend, we just take off for a new high. So if we can push through the 382, get over the 618, then we may have a decent run on our hands. We're going higher. M2 global supply increasing. What's up, birds? DIA and DGen. Yeah, DIA looks just like Moonwell here. On the macro chart, it's bullish. Still holding up, still holding higher lows. Tagged and wicked down below the 786 is not in a bad macro spot. But another coin that's just curled up on the macro getting ready, I think. And then high to the low. Yeah, she's just above the high to the low 382. As long as you're over pretty much 50, you're bullish. And then once you get over 75, 618, 382, then it's time to go. At least for a higher high. But it doesn't look bad here. She's over. If she can stay over the 382 on DIA. Higher high, possibly this 618 here at $1.60, so a 3x possible if it's gonna go put in a higher high. Yeah, DIA doesn't look bad here. And then just for this one to hit a 786 retracement would be a 6.5x from today. And then if you want it to go to the moon, 27x up to $14 to $15. But the overall chart doesn't look bad. And then on the reverse of that would be DGen, another coin that pumped and then it came all the way back down to the bottom. Are we getting a move on DGen finally? Oh man. She's moving up a little bit, but she keeps doing the same thing. It'll move up and then it just goes right back down. So it's not out of the woods yet on DGen. Until this thing clearly makes it over some of these levels, we can't be too bullish on it, but it looks like the bottom it should be in. Short term high to the low 3.7 and then up to 5.8. If you get over 5.8 and you get over the larger 382 at 0.007, then you're bullish. Breakout over 1.1, breakout over a penny. But yeah, just looking at the overall chart here. But clearly this area is now resistant. So if we can get over these levels here and finally get back over this, then you're in a good spot on DGen. And then DGen, where's DGen going? I have no idea. Just to get to 10 cents from where you are under a penny, that'd be a 30x. New high territory 1272 official retracement up to 17. Then you would get a 52x on DGen from possible bottom here. But she is over our white line we drew on the chart. So if she can stay over this white line at 2.9, pretty much 3. That is this area. You can clearly see the candles we're holding. So if we can stay up here, then we're good. If we fall back below this white line, then there's a good chance you're going to come down, put in a lower low again. But we'll see what happens on DGen. Oh no, we're frozen. Alright, let me refresh because I'm frozen here. Come on, you can do it. Why am I frozen? Yeah, I'm trying to refresh the whole screen here because it's just nothing's happening. Alright, I gotta turn this AC on because my computer's overheating. I'm here, but I can't get the screen to load. Come on. All right, now. All right, now it's back up. All right, what I miss? Big money's chilling. That's why everything's getting stuck. Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of charts that look like Moonwell. Velodrome. Yeah, hopefully the AC is not too loud, but I gotta have it on. My computer's about to melt. Velodrome. Did she ever recover? Wait, that's Velo. Yeah, we looked at Velo, but yeah, everything's getting stuck right now. Same thing, that's VeChain. Where is Velodrome? Velodrome, what did she do? What am I looking at here? Alright, let me get some of these off. So she is over the 236 at the moment, but clearly getting stuck. So we're just going to be stuck all weekend? You're over the larger 236, but you got to get over this 3.2, 236 at about 6.5 for this thing to be bullish. But another coin that's down here, possible bottom was put in. Hopefully it did make lower lows. So not the best looking chart. So let me get this one off of the screen. Ultimate low to the high. Yeah, so you dip down below. This one doesn't respect the stuff that good, but it is getting stuck at this area still. But you're back over 5. But like I said, you have to get over this 6.8 to 7 level to be bullish again. Break out over 11. So only thing you can really do with this one, this is going from the high to the low. If that was the bottom on it, you have to get over these levels. If she's going to come up here and put in a higher high, 1414 at 63 would be a 13.5x. And if you think this thing can hit $1, that would be a 20x. I mean, I would buy Velodrome if it was down here still and I could roll over into it for just a little play. Yeah, I would buy this thing and get out at 16. Because the fact that you made a lower low, I mean, if this thing's going to stay bullish or stay alive and try to pump up here, maybe you get a little 3x move up to 16 and then it just go up some point in the future. I don't know. I just don't like the Velodrome chart. It's not screaming bullish to me at all. DGen has such a good narrative, being on base and on Coinbase, but with all this market turmoil, it lost a ton of momentum. Yeah, it'll go up at some point. DGen has a lot of liquidity, so it's gonna. When it finally goes, it's just gonna go again. If I had 5K to play with, where would you put it? Man, if I had 5K to play with, I would be back. There's so many good plays right now. I'd probably split it up into put 250 on 2,500 on ACH and 2,500 on ZBCN right now. A little 3x leverage. And just wait for my ticket to be called. And then whatever one moved first, I would take that profit, roll it over into all the coins on my list, a lot of Coinbase plays. And then if they move before ACH, just slowly roll more money into ACH. It's also risky, yeah. Yeah, crypto is risky, but if you buy the right coins, then these things are going to just have ridiculous gains for us. can't hear the AC. Okay, good. Yeah, it's hard right now because there's no alt season yet. Ethereum's not going up, so coins are pumping a little bit. They're getting stuck, and then you guys are holding and getting bullish, and then it just goes right back down. What's up, PJ? From your keyboard to God's eyes. Yeah, we looked at Turbo. Oh man. Yeah, my son is here right now, staying the weekend with me, because he didn't want to go with his mom and his brother and sister to go to the crawfish festival. He doesn't like crawfish, so that's what they're doing today. So he's here with me the weekend. And I gotta go check on what he's doing in there. He's playing the VR and stuff, and I just heard a loud noise. He probably punched the wall. Hold on. All right, we're good. We're good. Yeah, Turbo is over our green box here, so Turbo doesn't look bad. I mean, the whole market, I mean, these coins that are pumping, something like Turbo here that's already pushed through the resistance we've been watching, maybe these are front runners. Maybe this is telling us what's about to happen in the market. I know these are larger weekly candles and stuff we're looking at, so it's not going to go, you can't really see it in real time that, they're moving, but they're moving. You're over high to the low, 382. You're over our box. You're over the 0.5. Getting stuck at the 618 though. But I think the fact that it's getting stuck at the 618 at 5.8 is because Bitcoin's getting stuck. All these coins are following what Bitcoin is doing. They're following the daddy. They're following Papa BTC. So if Bitcoin can break out, these coins are going to start breaking out. And when I mean breakout, I don't mean to the moon to where we're going to be rich, but we got to wait for Ethereum, I think. Unless Ethereum's not going to run. Can you guys imagine if we have a run without Ethereum and Ethereum does nothing and these coins just go to the moon without it? That would be wild. But you got to get over 5.8 right now and stay over 3.3 on Turbo. But you're over this box, you're bullish. As long as you're over 4, you're bullish. And then Turbo from where we are today. I know the chart's a little messy here, but we're trying. Next big stop up is 3 pennies for, if we're going to do this, then 3 penny Turbo and another 5x, 6x coin. I honestly don't know where Turbo's going, but Turbo's, if we were in that euphoric stage right now, this thing would be having giant candles spawning in. So anywhere from 15 to 40 cents on Turbo, from 27x up to 75x to 40. Can you imagine if Turbo rockets up to $1? Man, that's almost a 200x from where we are today, but it doesn't look horrible. Yeah, ACH is Alchemy Pay. What's up, Sam? What's up, Stormtrooper? I haven't seen you in a while. Myro. Is Myro moving? Because we've been saying the bottom is in on Myro over a penny. As long as it's over a penny, the bottom was in. She's pumping. Man, let's go. We are back. Look at this. Man, if Bitcoin can just break through 95K, then people will start piling back in. Yeah, you're over our red box right now, so we'll see if it holds. Over the 236 on the macro, you got to get over 4. If Myro gets over 4 pennies and stays, then we are back. But yeah, another coin getting stuck. So you are wicking above it a little bit, but this box is not perfect. But that is our 382-236, so over 3, then we can be bullish. But it's getting stuck at the 382, just like a lot of coins are. Man, if we can get these coins to break out and get over the 382s that they're getting stuck at, we may have a decent little run on our hands. 786 retracement up to 20 would be a 7x. And then over $1, Myro to $1 would be a 43x, $1.25. But she's trying, but just like the rest of the market, it's stuck. But if we start seeing these coins break out where they're getting stuck, then it's going to be on for a minute. Yeah, Toshi was in a good spot. Toshi broke the downtrend, back tested it, I believe. And yeah, we had our little pattern we drew here. So the patterns are starting to play out. I know every time we draw them, it just goes the other direction, but now we can see these things breaking out. We see the bottoms being put in, tag the trend again. So we'll see if Toshi can continue pushing here, but it doesn't look bad at the moment. So it's good to see when these patterns actually do play out and we're not so bearish. But right now, short term low to the high where it was getting stuck. There's your 236 now. That's just crazy how that works out. But yeah, you're over it. As long as you're over 3.8, you're bullish on Toshi. But clearly broke the downtrend, patterns playing out. And like I keep saying, the fact that we're not in that euphoric stage, going to the moon on everything, that's why we're moving slow. Nothing really happening, but we're pumping a little bit. But it looks bullish. Yeah, 382 is right here. So if you can get over 5.1 and stay over 3.6, 3.3 to 3.6, get over 5.1, then we may get a large move out of Toshi. So Toshi, like I said, just tagged the trend. It broke the downtrend. It's making higher highs and higher lows. Last time it was down here, it blasted out of here. So a new high on this one would be either 1618. Yeah, Toshi's about to almost 10x up to 003. Put in a new high. I mean, just looking at the chart, that would be your next stop. Macro stop, not overnight stop. But yeah, ACH. Yeah, if I just had a couple $100 right now, I'd be putting in long positions on some of these coins. A couple $100. Like I got 90 on Beam at the moment. That's my only play at the moment, but I wish I had more. But I got to get back into the market because this is not gonna work because everything's looking good. Yeah, ACH is breaking out. There's another one we drew the pattern on. And she's starting to break out here. You're over the macro 382. Macro wise on ACH, you are bullish. So, I mean, what we can expect from here is probably a 618 retracement. It's especially looking bullish on ACH. But yeah, oh man, maybe if I have $5 right now just to make a good play, I would do a 3x long on just something like ACH here, because there's a good chance it's going to spike up to the 618 at 3.5 and do a 30% move. I mean, that's not much, but with $5 with leverage, you can do a little bit of damage here. She is breaking out. She's over the 38227, and just as long as this thing is holding up like this in this macro pattern here, I cannot be bearish on ACH at all. If this pattern holds up and then we finally flip bullish into the alt season, this thing's going to have a God candle spawn in like I did last time. It's going to rocket up to 50 cents and give me a 17x. What's up, Bubble? Phoenix Bubble. How's it going? I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Welcome in. What's up, Benjamin? What's up, Ibrahim? What's up, Randy? How you doing, my man? Yeah, if ETH doesn't move through all this and continues to go down, consider it dead. Yeah, I mean, I know Ethereum's Ethereum, but the gas fees are so high on that thing. I mean, why is it even Ethereum? I know most coins are on ERC20. It's gonna run at some point, I think. Yeah, we just looked at Myro. I don't know if you caught it, but don't want to go over the same coin too many times. But yeah, Myro's pumping. She's over our box, or she's getting stuck at our box rather. But the whole market's doing the same thing, getting stuck. A nice little pump, but we're stuck. But if we can get over this level, get over 3, then someone's gonna flip some little switch and we're gonna start pumping up. But Myro has to get over 3. And then pretty much over 4, and then it's bullish in the macro. But yeah, I mean, it's getting stuck high to low, perfectly 382 retracement. So this is why we use the fibs out here on this channel, because they come into play so good. That's why when we start actually running and where you fork and everyone's piling into the market, we're gonna know where we need to take profit at. Myro's a good one here. You got 10 cents and then 20 cents. Take some good profit, probably at 20 cents, and then let it ride to $1. Myro's going to be a good play. It's just getting out of here first. Yeah, ZBCN's not doing anything. It's holding up. It's going sideways. It's over the 786. I really want to put in a position on ZBCN right now. It was between ZBCN and Beam. Even though this looks really good here, it looks like it just wants to take off for a higher high. It's stuck at the 236 at the moment, bullish over 1, 2, but this does not look horrible. Momentum is up. Yeah, you're consolidating and the momentum is clearly up. We're over 50. ZBCN looks like it's about to take off, to be honest. Damn, I'm gonna miss it. If I could just do $100 3x long on it just to get back in. That's why I need Beam to pump, but ZBCN looks really good here. What I think of Crow with Knife. Yeah, I used to have Crow with Knife on Crypto.com. I haven't been on Crypto.com in forever. Crypto.com's, the only reason they suck is because, you know, if you only have $50 to $90 to start playing with, like I do right now, the minimum withdrawal on Crypto.com, where I used to have Elon and Crow with Knife and Ladies, a couple $1,000s in each. But when you're poor, you can't buy on crypto.com because it's $100 just to get out of the exchange, just to send it back over to Coinbase so you can cash out. Is this thing done going down? Crow with knife is clearly not bullish at all. It's making lower lows and lower highs. I do believe Crow with knife is going to run at some point. That's why I bought it back in the day. Where was... Damn, where did I buy it at? I don't even remember. But high to the low. If it is the bottom, let me zoom this thing in because that's too much of a target. Let's get that off. She is coming back down. Like I said, there's nothing bullish on the chart at the moment. Clearly got stuck at the previous support level. Turn resistance. High to the low. You're over the 382, so if they can stay over however many zeros, 2-0 here, then you'll stay bullish. Breakout is over 2-3. She's coming back down, it looks like. And then shorter term. Yeah, it's just one of those coins that you have to buy and hold and see if it's, where it's going to run to. But that's what I did. All right, low to the high, 236 is right here at 2-1. So she's trying to hold bullish over this level, making higher highs and higher lows at the moment. But I would just keep it simple. It has to hold, and it has to get over the 618 here at 2-3. If we can get over that, then the bottom is probably in. But clearly not bullish on the macro. It's been going down and sideways forever. And once you get over the 618 area at 6-4, Crow with knife. Let's see what kind of damage. I mean, it's not a huge move, so I think this is very possible with Crow with knife. Once we finally flip bullish, 13x to the new high, new retracement, 27. Of course, taking away a 0. All right, I gotta switch this music. It's driving me insane. NKN, we got Loom for 10. I appreciate that. Loom connected for 10. I appreciate that. You didn't say anything. What did I think about Vara? All right, I gotcha. What's up, Corona? Corona blogger in the house. PNG. Alright, let me get rid of the deck screener. I appreciate the 10. What do we think about Vara? Yeah, I covered Vara on the channel, so if you want a better look at it, probably watch that, but we'll look at it. It's doing like the rest of the market. We're trying to do something here. High to the low, it's down below the 236. Hopefully that's the bottom finally on Vara. But yeah, I mentioned Vara earlier. Vara is one of those coins that, it's a layer 1. If it survives the bear market and, they're still active and still around 3 years from now, it's not a bad time to be buying in on this coin. As for this cycle, I don't know where it's going to end up going because it's been going down forever. But right now, until you get over a penny, it's not bullish. If you can get over a penny, then you can be bullish on it. Move down is over a penny and a half, 2 cents pretty much. But yeah, she's got a decent little pump going on, but ultimately it's getting stuck right at the first resistance level. So it has to get over 7.9 to put a bottom in, and over a penny to be bullish. But everything's doing the same thing. Everything's stuck right now. Bitcoin's stuck, everything's stuck. Decent little pump. So we'll see if the bottom is in here. But if we can't get over the 382, it's not bullish. And like I said on the video, is VAR going to come up here and do a new high and hit a 150x? Probably not. So VAR, I mean, if this is the bottom, 10x up to the 618 at 6.5, and the 786 at 13-14 cents would be a 17x. And I would definitely get out there. But there's nothing bullish on the VAR chart. I mean, weekly chart, very strong move down. This thing just died. And the fact that it's not really respecting anything, is this thing gonna go down more? Oh man, crystal ball moment. There's your crystal ball moment. Oh my god, if there ever was one. Just pull this down. You're getting stuck at the 236. You're holding support at the 382. 618, 786. It got stuck at every time and it just died. So there's your crystal ball moment. This thing's coming down to 002. If it can't get over 007 and then get over a penny, like I said. And like I said, there's nothing bullish on the VAR chart at all. You just take a gamble. She's going to go down 70% from here. So maybe crystal balls do exist. But yeah, if I had the extra money, I would accumulate VARA. I would be buying in here, buying in down here, wherever it is, and I'd probably hold this coin and just hold it for the next 3 years until next bull run. It's gonna have some sort of a pump if it ever bottoms out at some point. But I mean, there's no way to tell. All right, we still got 30 people in here. How many votes we got? 51 votes. I'm just gonna keep streaming until we get 100 votes. But yeah, I appreciate the 10, my man. It keeps the channel alive here. Every donation. AOS. Yeah, if the channel revenue would pick up and the super chats will keep flowing in and people keep piling in, you know, I would do this all the time. I would be here live streaming for 5, 6, 7 hours a day, as long as it pays the bills. Because I do enjoy it. Even though life sucks right now, I do enjoy you guys in here and doing this. And yeah, AOS is the same way. It hit the macro bottom that we've been going over. It's just, it really couldn't go lower than where it is now. Low to the high, 382. It's getting stuck at the 236. It's over the 618, so same thing. It's getting stuck at the moment. AOS had a nice pump. I do think the bottom is in, so if it does have a pullback, you know, I do expect it to hold up. These coins, if these coins die from here and we go way down, then we're never going up. Ethereum is telling us that we're never going up. But high to the low, AOS over 38, you're bullish. It's simply getting stuck though. If it gets over, it's over the macro 382 at 21, so if it gets over 43, then it's even more bullish. Breakout over 61. But clearly it's getting stuck at this support, now resistance area. So it's all going to depend on what Bitcoin's about to do here. If Bitcoin can break over 95K, then get ready for some moves up. Which a lot of things, like I said, off the macro bottom, we're starting to pump. Stock RSIs on the weeklies are starting to curl up. It looks like we're about to start going up. We need some follow through. AOS to a new high, the 1272 would be a 27x. Because if we end up dropping down and we start making lower lows on the macro charts, then they may be right. Bear market is here and we're done with. What's up, Roger, my man? How you doing? You back in Mexico? You stopped drinking, so don't talk about Corona. He's down in Mexico with the women and he's not drinking. I mean, that's good that you stopped drinking. I did the same thing. You get to that point in your life where alcohol is not an option anymore. Crow with knife will pop soon. Well, that's my prediction. Yeah, Crow with knife is going to go up at some point. What was the other one? We did AOS, we did VAR, NKN for Benjamin. Yeah, I believe NKN is the same thing as ATH. Yeah, we called for the bottom in on NKN a couple of streams ago, maybe a couple of weeks. I don't remember what it was, and then it just blew out of here. It was like the next day, it rocketed out of here. But you pretty much held the final 786 support. You wicked all the way down here. So that clearly hit the volume area. And a nice looking wick. It looks like the bottom is in. Let me pull up the volume. Oh my God. Yeah, the bottom is in. The fact that you had that selling pressure come in and you got a nice large red wick with a large red volume candle. 786 was tagged. Final volume was tagged. That has to be the bottom of Vara. It's doing what the rest of the market is doing. It's getting stuck at the moment. So clearly on the macro, 618, 236 is in play. Let's move that one. So once you get over 5, that should be it. And then we'll go short term, high to the low. Yeah, pretty much came up to the 618 and that was over. You're holding over the 382 at 3.8, but yeah, I mean, look at the stock RSI, look at the price, we're holding. Yeah, we pumped up, but everything's doing the same thing, so it looks like we're about to get some follow through in the market. So are these coins telling us that Bitcoin's about to break out? That's the question. Everyone's screaming bearish and we're going down, but I mean, maybe we are. I guess I'm a perma bull. Probably because I'm poor, but when you're poor, all you can do is try to find hope in something. So if that is the bottom, a 786 retracement on NKN would be a 14.5x up to 57. I don't know where this thing's gonna go, but if I own this one, if I got my little 6x, I'd get out. If I got a 14x, I'd get out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this thing's not coming up here. I mean, it could, I guess, but a $5 NKN is probably not gonna happen because you're at 4 pennies. There's no hype around it. I hear no one talk about it. Because like I've mentioned many times, Cardano was below $1 and then it was very popular and they were calling for it to go to $5 to $10 and it only hit a little over $3. So something like NKN that no one talks about, no one cares about, there's no way it's coming up to $5. So if you're holding this one, if it hits 50 to 60 cents, it's probably time to get out. Not financial advice. Yeah, we got 36 people in here. How's everyone doing? What do you think about Ergo? Will it pump again? Yeah, it'll pump again because it just pumped. But that was probably it on Ergo. I don't know. We haven't looked at it. And a couple of streams. But Ergo to the moon. Let's see what she's doing. Yeah, you got a large wick. I mean, there's no telling if it's going to pump again. It held the 382. It held the final area. I mean, it came down to this area once again. Finally put in a higher high, so it could easily come down and put in a higher low. Yeah, she's coming down. That was your top. I would imagine it's going to pump again at some point, but right now it's coming down, clearly. So you're right at the low to the high, 0.5, double 618 down here. So if you can stay with the double 618 at about 13, then it'll probably bounce back up. But it clearly looks like it topped out for now. And that's what we've been saying. I mean, once you get these moves up and you get stuck, where did this one get stuck? I guess I can't tell. What's Ergo doing? Yeah, what was the coin we were looking at that made the... That's in a macro pattern. I don't remember what it was. But that's the high to the low. So it is the start of this thing breaking the lower lows and lower highs, but right now it looks like it's done. If it can hold over 13, then maybe. What did you get? Off of that 382 move. Yeah, the fact that alt season's not here, and if you watching this and you bought in here, you bought in here, and you just got a 12.5, 13x, I think you got to take that and run with it. But the new high on this one from today, if it holds up over the 0.5 for some reason, will be a 7.5x. All right, I got to switch this music. GST we used to be bullish on. We covered it many times. It's on my list still, but what is it doing? The fact that GST made a lower low and broke down is just not bullish at all. But it could be the bottom. Strong move down, rising wedges forming, so we'll see how it plays out here. It hasn't really moved since we looked at it last time on the live stream. It's gone up a little bit, I guess, but we'll just keep it real simple on GST. The chart is not bullish. It made a lower low. So until this one establishes something, I'm probably not going to buy it anymore. Yeah, high to the low, stuck right at the 236. So 8.6, and then once you get over a penny, you can be bullish on it again. And then over a penny and a half would be your breakout. But yeah, we were bullish on it back here, and then it just died. But I guess we should have saw that coming because GMT died, been dying. I was hoping it wouldn't. The only bullish case to be had, as you can see, this wick here, this candle, and the price is trying to hold with a large wick. So it very well could be the bottom on GST here. I mean, it's not a bad spot to be buying in. You know, if you ever wanted to buy the bottom on GST, this could very well be it. But there's no telling. Yeah, because when we zoom in, yeah, we want to say it's holding, but these candles are getting stuck. So it may not be the bottom, so maybe not the best time to be buying in. Oh, I don't like GST anymore. I'm not even going to buy this coin anymore. It's down below the previous low, and yeah, it looks like it's getting stuck, so I reversed what I said. Unless it can get over a penny, there's nothing bullish on it. And just to get back to the macro 236 from today is a 4x. So if this thing, if you bought in and you're holding or you're waiting or whatever, if you bought in down here, if it does a 4x from here, probably get out. Not financial advice. Get some of your money back. Roger's at Hong Kong. Yeah, where's our boy Slava at? We've got 36 people hanging out here. Where's everyone at? I know it's the weekend. Yeah, shipping. I'm bullish on shipping. Shipping's on my rollover list. But I need Beam to take off first. We got shipping. Shipping's bullish macro-wise. Yeah, shipping's holding up like a beast here. If we go from the low to the high, it held the 3-2 on the macro. It's going sideways. I don't even know what this coin really does, but it's just a very bullish looking chart. Even though you made a lower high, it's going sideways. It looks good. It's still holding. Still over the 236. Yeah, shipping and I think AVT's still holding up. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to hold shipping. If I ever get into shipping, if it doesn't move and I can roll over into it, if it comes up in here and does 4 pennies and I get my 6x, I'm out. Could it come up here? Maybe. I mean, it clearly had buyers last time. Last time it ran. But is shipping going to 40x to 30 cents? We'll see. But it's holding up. Hold the macro 302. It's going sideways. And then on the smaller time frame, she's all over the place. So short term on shipping, high to the low. Yeah, what time is it? 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock and I gotta go feed my son lunch. He stayed up late, so he slept in. But he's getting hungry. High to the low, 382, another coin getting stuck. So we want these coins to be bullish, but we're just getting stuck. The story of the day, we're stuck. Has to get it over 0074 to be bullish. Up to 8. But like I keep saying, if Bitcoin can break through, then these coins are going to break through. You wonder how DZ did with, yeah, I forgot DZ's not here either. Zora. I guess because we're a little early. A lot of people aren't here. Zora. Oh no, she's dying. Damn. Yeah, this is what we said last night. We said we can draw this pattern, but it's going to play out fast, so it could go to 0. And it's going to 0. Dang it, Bobby. Yeah, that's why I say I don't like drawing on the small time frames, especially. Because you never know what's going to happen. You could be forming a bullish pattern like this, and this is a perfect example. We drew the pattern, and it was over. Damn, this thing died instantly from when we drew it. That's unfortunate. We just sent DZ back into the shadow realm again. Yeah, if we ever look at a coin on the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, and we draw this pattern and it looks like this, just short the hell out of it. Because you're going down. Now I think the bottom is in. It's starting to form that little structure with the higher lows. Double bottom. Yeah, that's why I've been saying lately I don't trust, especially on shorter time frames, but the triangle pattern is not that reliable. Sometimes it is, sometimes it plays out, but what's up, Aisha? How you doing? Yeah, I want all you guys to make it. But yeah, that's why I always say on the short time frames, it's not good to draw patterns and stuff. We're not traders here, so it could go either direction. All right, let me turn the music down a little. I can't hear myself think. Oh man, what about MDT and True? Let me pull up MDT. We're gonna stay on here because I need to keep grinding away. But I gotta go make my son some lunch real quick. I'll be back in just a moment. MDT, I don't know if we've ever looked at this. I think we have, but damn. MDT, measurable data. All right, yeah, we'll look at this when I get back. Give me like 5 minutes or so. Let me go make him a sandwich or something. The VR gets him hungry. But yeah, you guys don't go anywhere. Hit the like button. Spam the hearts and the little celebration. Answer the poll. And I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, we really didn't lose anyone. Switched all your GST to voxel. Is that 3 cents? It's all at 15 cents. Oh yeah, MDT and True. Oh, Ross is finding the emojis. What's up, Bubba? ACH, Algo, Casper, AMP, Anchor, and XDC. Is that what you're holding? Alright, MDT. Yeah, I mean, there's so many coins now. And, I mean, if this channel can survive and I can actually, you know, make a decent amount of revenue on it, we could sit here all day long looking at every coin. There's so many coins out there. We could never cover them all. High to the low, you're over the 382 at 1.7 on this coin. I mean, it's going sideways right now. It was making higher highs and higher lows, and then it just started making lower lows. So it's just going completely sideways right now. Just got to make sure people are going to buy this coin, where you can buy it at. Looking on the macro monthly chart, you know, just to get an overall view. I think that's the best thing to do right now. Instead of trying to, because we're not traders. I'm not a trader because I lose money all the time. But, you know, we're trying to see where these coins are going to end up here. If you're accumulating, if you're buying and something going sideways like this, you're just looking pretty much for, you know, taking profit at some point when we finally flip bullish. So in a bull run, I would imagine this thing's going to pump a little bit, at least. I don't know what it is. 786 retracement's not bad. Almost an 8x up to 22. Yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible looking chart, so if this thing's on Coinbase or something where I can buy it, or Blowfin where I can long it, I would put a little position on here if I had the extra money. Get a 7x, almost an 8x, 3x leverage, yeah. And if you think it's going to go to the moon, yeah, I don't know what this coin is. I mean, it's 1272 retracement. It would take you up to about 460 and 170x. So a slightly lower high on MDT would give you about a 25x. But I mean, it's not holding up bad. Let's see what it held. Yeah, you're trying to hold the 382 at the moment. Came down, tagged to 0.5. So it's pretty much macro bullish. So there's no telling where this coin's going to end up, but I don't think it's going to do 100 and, what did we say, 60x. I don't know what it is. No, we're freezing again. Dang it. Oh yeah, true. Let's see. But yeah, like I said on this one, I mean on the macro chart, it's not horrible looking. It's holding up, so it's got a bullish looking overall chart. So I don't know what this one's going to do. Maybe you get lucky and it makes a higher high and you get a 40x out of it. But you are holding over the 382, bullish over a penny and a half. So if people are going to buy this coin, you would imagine a couple of green candles will spawn in, bullish. So yeah, it could be a good play. I mean, if that one's on Coinbase, maybe I'll add it to my list. It doesn't look horrible. Yeah, you guys see Trump coin is going to the moon. Yeah, TrueFi here. Yeah, it came all the way back down to the low, stuck at the 786. Where's that low to the high? Yeah, it's back over the previous trend, so it's not in a bad spot, but it is getting stuck at the macro resistance area. You can clearly see If we zoom back in time where the price is right now, there's support, resistance, support, resistance, support. So if it can get back over the 786 at 4, then you have something here, which will also draw you back over the trend that you previously broke. We'll zoom into the 3-day chart. But a big price right now would be that 786, and let's see if it lines up with anything. Yeah, you're over the 236 right now. So the price is getting squeezed over 4. And then bullish once you get over 5. But you would have to imagine another one, true Fi. It tagged the bottom again. That has to be the bottom on true Fi. So not horrible looking. I don't think it's going to go lower than that. The bottom is in. If it goes lower than that, it's never going up. So if you can get back over the 786 there, and then from where you are now, 618 retracement back where it got stuck last time would be a 6x. And then true Fi for a 10x up to about 50 cents. But yeah, this is another coin I probably wouldn't buy unless it's still down here and I have extra money to throw at something that hasn't moved. Yeah, 382, 786 in the same spot. So high to the low, over 4, and then over 5, you're bullish. I mean, it's not horrible because the overall macro monthly chart here, you tag the bottom perfectly again. So that's clearly the bottom on this thing. Of course, it's crypto, so it can always do whatever it wants. But yeah, I would say in a bull run, true Fi to a 786 retracement up to about 50 cents would be possible. I wouldn't hold it longer than that. 72x to about $3. And like I keep saying, not all these coins are going to do that move, so there's too many coins now. ACH, Algo, Casper, AMP, Anchor, and XDC. Casper, I think, is going to 0. Let's see. What do you mean by that? I hope so, my man David. FOMOing back into the channel. Just curious your thoughts. Understand soon. What does that mean? But ACH, oh no, the channel went down again. Very bullish on ACH. I like Algo. Algo's back down at the bottom waiting for me. If it'll ever let me get back into the market. I really want to get back into the market, so I have some sort of hope. Because life is just throwing me curveballs. Curveball after curveball. And it just sucks right now. Not only being broke, but just being depressed all the time. It's just horrible. Yeah, ACH is not bad. ACH is holding up on our macro. Man, this looks so good. Our macro ascending triangle pattern. We just broke out of our little triangle pattern we drew. So the triangle patterns are winning right now. Even though we said we're not going to draw them anymore. We're breaking to the upside. ACH from the high to the low. You're over the 382, so as long as you're over 275, you're bullish. Breakout over 3.6. But I mean, it looks like ACH is about to rocket up here. Not rocket, but 30% move to 3.8. But overall in the macro, it looks really good. The fact, as long as you're making higher lows on the macro chart here, this thing is extremely bullish for a God candle to spawn in once we start finally getting into alt season. Algo. Yeah, Algo came back down. She's making higher highs and higher lows. She didn't quite come back down to the trend line, but she doesn't have to. She's holding the 618. He's stuck at the 0.5 at the moment. Bullish back over 29 to 33. And once you get over that, it should go for a higher high. Higher high is probably going to be the 618. So if it holds the 236 and 618, it's over. Yeah, not a bad move. So if we get Bitcoin over 95K, these coins are they're gonna go for their higher highs. 3.5x up to 75. But yeah, Algo's back down here in a really good buying position. AMP. Yeah, AMP's holding up. She's holding the 236, 618. She's holding this thing perfectly here. Is it going to go lower? Maybe not. It's making a higher high. I mean, a higher low. Made a lower high. So we'll see what happens here. But you are holding the 618 support low to the high. That's what you want to see for a reversal back to the upside here. Not the best looking chart, but it's not horrible. I mean, clearly trading sideways in the channel here from the high to the low, high to the low. So it's holding up. So for this thing to get some bullish market structure going, it has to hold over 3.8 and then possibly pump up here to the 618 at 2.2. Damn. And do a 5.5x. And then AMP 786 retracement in a bull market would be at 11x. Is it going to run up here to the new high? Probably not, because that's 100x to 41. AMP is an older coin, so I don't see it doing that large of a move. If it comes up to the 786 retracement and get a 10x, I'll get out. I just can't hold longer than that. But yeah, I think Casper's going to 0, ain't it? Casper Labs, the overall chart. Yeah, I'm trying to cover what I can just because there's not a lot of requests coming in. Casper Labs has been going to 0, lower lows and lower highs right now. Short term, low to the high. Yeah, you hit the 786 final support at 8.5, so you'd have to imagine higher low, 786 support, that is the bottom. That's what we're looking for on a lot of these charts. Look at this. It looks like beam. I mean, it's not a bad position to be in for this thing to try to spike up and do something. If they can get over 15 or 1.5, penny and a half. There's a penny and a half everywhere. Yeah, almost 6x at the six pennies on this one. And it is trying to form that bullish market structure here at the bottom. Is it the bottom? We'll see. Downtrend is in play, so it looks like if it can get over the 618 and the 0.5, then the bottom is in. But it has to break that downtrend there. But if it can break the downtrend, then I mean, it's setting up for a bottom here. You know, the fact that it double bottomed with a higher low. So we'll see what happens. Macro bullish over 23. That's a large move just to get bullish on the macro. What you can see once it made that lower low and crystal balled us. Support, turn resistance right at the 236. So if it can get over the 382, whatever this point is, I wouldn't hold Casper probably higher than 23-24 cents because that's a 23x. You want a moonshot gamble, a 230x almost to $2, $2.20. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Anchor. can't remember the last time we looked at Anchor. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, Anchor just put in the macro bottom. Alright, is Anchor on Coinbase? I'm going to have to add this to my list. This thing is holding up, going sideways. When you see this kind of chart, it's just screaming easy 5x. Yeah, holding over the 0.5, you're down below the 382, but going sideways, holding up very well. Once you get over pretty much 4 pennies, you're bullish. Breakout over 7.5. Yeah, is Anchor going to 10x? Yeah, I would hold this thing for a 3x over 11. Once it's 11 pennies, I'm out. But if this thing can come up here, an older coin, 5 to 10x, up to 45 cents. Wait, hold on, I gotta move that. But it looks clearly the bottom is in. Damn, that's a 20x now. Yeah, 786 retracement will be almost a 7x to 12 cents. So if I had Anchor, I'd get out at 12 cents. But I know in a bull market, these things go vertical. So we'll see what happens. But a safe bet would be 12 cents on Anchor and get out. And if we have a monster bull run, 45 cents is possible at 22x. That would be nice. Man. Alright, I gotta move on with the chat here. I'm getting behind. XDC to the moon. I'm just trying to cover as many coins as we can. Yeah, XDC, it hit the bottom. Like some of these coins, I don't remember why we drew these red lines, but it hit, it held, it pumped, and it dropped. Going sideways, you're holding up, doesn't look horrible. You're over the 382 at 7, so if we can stay over 7.3, you're bullish. But it clearly hit. Yeah, it clearly hit macro bottom, just like a lot of the coins did. Looking on the larger time frames. So the 0.5 was it. So time to go up into the moon from here. And it's not looking bad. It's making higher. Well, it just made a lower high, but it's curling up here. It's getting coiled up. It doesn't look horrible. It looks like it's about to. It looks like it's about to go up. You're right at the 236, so it needs to get over 81, up to 86, and then you're bullish again. Yeah, some of these coins look like they're about to start taking off. What did I miss? Oh, we got Loom connected again for 10. I appreciate that. I appreciate your live videos. They've been super helpful. Would love to connect with you personally if possible. I appreciate the 10 again. Yeah, if you want me to message you back, the only place I message people for anything is Twitter. Just follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description on the channel. If you want to DM me on Twitter, on X. What's up, Cha, my man? How you doing? What's up, Random Tech? Can we get a chart on Dog and Me? Yeah, Dog and Me is macro bullish. Alright, let me get caught up here. Alright, he sent me 10 and he said ASM. So we're going to look at ASM real quick. ASM to the moon. ASM. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the charts look exactly the same. Doesn't look horrible. Zooming out to the monthly macro chart. Bottom is in. Trend held. 618 is holding. We're over it. We're consolidating. I mean, it just looks like we're back in here again. It looks good. So ASM, we used to cover ASM all the time here, but it held the macro trend. It's not looking horrible. The trend held. You're over the 618, it looks like here, but right, getting stuck at the 382. So once you get over 28, you're bullish again. But short term on ASM, I mean, these coins just look like they're curling up here at the end. Hidden bottoms, and they're curling up. So hopefully we get a move up. But if Bitcoin can't get through 95K and starts falling, then it's all going to change. High to below, yeah, another one getting stuck. So I'm just going to keep saying you're getting stuck right at the 236 at 25, perfectly with a candle. You got to get over 28 up to 32 to be bullish on ASM. But ASM overall, looking at the macro chart, it did put in a lower high. So it still remains to be seen if it's going to break down. Because every coin, a lot of coins that we looked at that made a lower high and they didn't make a higher high, they end up breaking the macro trends and they come down and they just crawl around until they're ready to go back up. So you got to stay over 2.4 on ASM here. But yeah, ASM's an older coin, so if this thing can pump up and do a 786 retracement from where it is, which, I mean, if you just look at the chart, it's not horrible, but we'll see what happens. 12 would be your 6x, and if you think this thing's going to go to 70 cents, I mean, if people are going to buy ASM, it's at 2.5 pennies. 70 cents is not off the table. That'd be a 28x, but just make sure people are going to buy this coin. Make sure there's a community, and make sure there's nothing shady going on with it. Use the 300-day moving average indicator. Yeah, I use the moving averages sometimes. Oh man, what's up, Demon? How you doing, my man? Yeah, I see you on Crypto Meolysis live streams. I see you on Vision's live streams. I appreciate you coming in here, my man. I appreciate it. But yeah, Vision's a good guy. Crypto Meolysis is a good guy. Vader AI for Cha. Yeah, Cha, you can just keep asking every day for coins for the where we at? For the past donation you did. And you're a member. Cha in the building. Working his butt off every day. Even though I lost that money that you super chatted or you cash app or whatever, no, I think it was Coinbase. That money's gone, but I appreciated it at the time. What are we looking for? Oh, you said Vader AI. What am I looking at? But I've learned since then. I'm playing it smart now. No more gambles. Yeah, I guess we'll just look at this chart because I don't know what the hell's happening. We used to look at Vader AI all the time. Oh, it may be on the other list. Oh yeah, this thing's pumping. Vader AI by Virtuals. Yeah, these coins are starting to move. You're over the 382. You're stuck at resistance right now at the 0.5 at 2.5. So just keep that in mind. It's probably the move. It's probably over. You could get a move up to the 618 if Bitcoin continues to run. Putting eyes back on crypto. But you're stuck at resistance right now at 2.5. So I'd keep it that simple. If you're holding this coin, you're hitting resistance. But as long as you're over the 236.382 at 1.7, you're bullish. Breakout would be over 3.6. And then clearly, yeah, once you get over the 618 here, the resistance, support, that's when this thing's going to really take off. But just knowing the fact that we're not at that point to where things are going to go to the moon. If it comes up to the 618, if it comes up to 36, then it's probably a good time to take profit because it's probably going to crash back down. Is it a buy for Anchor? Yeah, we just looked at Anchor, but I don't remember what I said. Because we're looking at so many coins today. And like Anchor, some multiple times. I mean, Anchor's pumping right now. I mean, the time to buy Anchor was at the bottom. When it hit this area here, it hit that macro area. It is making lower lows and lower highs, so there's nothing macro bullish on it. But these coins that are pumping, they're all getting stuck, so I mean, I can't tell you what to do. It's not bullish until it gets over 24, but it's down here at the bottom. You're down below. You're not bullish, so I mean, if you're bullish on it and you liked it and you think people are going to buy it, then it's not a bad time to be buying in. It could still retrace back down and do whatever it's going to do, but a lot of these coins are down here at the bottom still. And when I say bottom, I mean this is the bottom for Anchor. If it goes lower than this bottom here, then it's never going back up. It's going sideways, clearly trading in a channel, just going sideways. So if you're bullish on Anchor, it's not a bad time to be buying in. Myro, yeah, as long as Myro's over a penny, Myro's bullish. Or not bullish, but the bottom is in. We've watched Myro die here on the channel for so long. And she was one of the front runners on dying, and then everything else died after it. So, Myro, I think the bottom is in. As long as you're over a penny, we got the nice spike up. Clearly, high to the low. Our red box here, that's our 382, 236. So, long-term bottom is in over 2.4, but you're getting stuck right at the 382, right at our red box, which we were a while back. So you're not bullish yet, but I do believe the bottom is in. Clearly. Because like I keep saying, if Bitcoin drops from here and we turn bearish again and we're bearish all summer, then a lot of these coins are going to get destroyed, especially Myro here. If that's not the bottom on Myro, then get out now. But I would have to imagine it's the bottom. Arrowbud. Come on, David. Making me go back to deck screener. David likes to make me work. I mean, I don't mind it as long as the super chats and the revenue and the views are coming in. I don't mind doing this. Like I keep saying. Oh no, I'm on the fake deck screener. They're trying to steal my money. Why do they do that? Oh, come on, deck screener. Yeah, when you type in deck screener sometimes, make sure you're on the right site, because if they ask you to connect a wallet instantly, they're trying to scam you. But yeah, this is not going to be much longer because my son's here for the weekend and we got to go do something. Maybe we'll go fishing or something before it gets too late. He's been playing the VR all day, which he loves. Oh no, where's my Arrowbud chart? Oh yeah, Arrowbud's pumping. Let me make sure I got the right one before I pull it up. Arrow bud on base. Yeah, I guess that's it. They just erased my chart. But yeah, she's pumping. He says, what lessons have you learned? I learned not to buy the green candles. I learned not to chase. There's gotta be no more of that. If it's not a good looking chart, I'm not buying it anymore. If it's a gamble play, I'm probably not gonna buy it unless I just have extra money. But I'm just gonna look at bullish looking charts, things consolidating, and then if it looks good, I'm gonna put in a little leverage position and just keep rolling over. Because I put that $500 into XCN at the top, top. And I mean, not only losing the money, but the fact that it was gifted to me and I put it in and lost it all, that's just not good. It's not a good example for you guys. It's not good for me. I should have never bought the XCN top. I got FOMO. FOMO kicked in and it was over. So whenever you're seeing green candles and you're feeling it and you're just like, I'm gonna get in, we're going to the moon, just know it's FOMO. It's a condition. Don't do it. Can you get a free trial coin like Myro? What does that mean? But yeah, we just looked over Myro. We got, I can't even read your name, for 2 SD and DIA thoughts. I appreciate the 2. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to cut this in a minute. SD, oh, Stater to the moon. I don't like covering Stater. Yeah, she's down below the macro 236. Let's look out. I mean, it's a chart that's going sideways. It looks like the bottom is in off of that wick. If we draw a low to the high on Stater on the macro monthly chart, yeah, you hit the 786, so it looks like the bottom is in, but you have to get over the 236 here. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in, we'll draw from the low to the high, and we'll do the low to the high here on Stater. Yeah, 786 came into play. You're getting stuck at the 618236, so you have to get over 56 and then 96. Pretty much 97 to be bullish again. Stater here, and then one more high to the low. So the bottom is technically short-term in, so 56 up to 61. If you can get over this, you're bullish. Clearly support, now resistance, and break out over about 90, 95. But Stater is going sideways, like I said. I mean, it's not horrible looking. I don't like the chart. I would probably never buy this coin. I don't know what it is, but if it's on Coinbase and I can buy it and I have extra money and it's a rollover play and it's still down here, I would buy it. 786 retracement up to a little over $4 would be an 8x. And if you're gonna hold this thing to the moon, almost a 48x to 25. But like I keep saying, under $1 price. Is it gonna hit 25 bucks? Probably not. Depends on the coin. But Cardano is under $1, and Cardano hit just over $3.50. I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but just to put it into perspective, Cardano was massive last time. Yeah, we looked at DIA already. DIA to the moon. DIA is holding the macro trend, macro chart. You're over the 236. It doesn't look horrible. It looks like well and everything else. And it's all going to depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin can push through 95K, then these coins are going to start running. This one right here, I mean, we're seeing some of these coins, low, high to the low, they're breaking over the 3-2. I mean, you're breaking over it right now, but there's a good chance this is going to turn into a wick and get stuck. But if you can stay over 50, you're bullish. Breakout is over 75. But it has to stay over 50 right now. And then DIA, if you're holding this one, it's macro bullish. 786 retracement for a rollover would be a 5.5x up to about 285. And like I said, is it going up here and hitting 14 bucks and doing a 27x? You never know. There's no telling. But we'll see what happens. We got Demon for 2. I appreciate that. I appreciate the 2. Are we back? All right, I unplugged my mic. Damn it. I think we're back. What's up, T13? Welcome to the end of the live stream. We've been here for over 2 hours. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back on tomorrow. Yeah, I did an update on AI tech, my man. So go watch the update on the channel. But I gotta go spend time with my son. It's very rare. Yeah. It looks like the bottom is in. So to answer your question, probably. You hit the final volume area. You tagged it right in the middle of it. So that looks bullish to me. You have to get over these levels, get over our red box. Anywhere from 6.5 up to 7.7. But yeah, it looks like the bottom is in. It looks like the bottom is in on everything. He says enjoy those moments. The end before you know it. Yo, I know, my man. My second daughter's about to graduate. I remember when she was my baby girl, and now she's graduating. So it goes by quick. Enjoy your kids while you can. Enjoy the good times while you can. Yeah, don't say that, Kura. ZBCN can't break out without me. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here. I appreciate all the new people that came in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a member. We're on here almost every day, live streaming and going over coins and just getting through this together. But yeah, hit the like button, answer the poll. Well, answer the poll. I'm going to end the poll. 63 votes. Brett is the winner. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. You guys are keeping the dream alive here of doing this full time, hopefully. I'm still waiting to hear on a job. Not happening yet. It's been, what, 3 weeks now? Nothing. So we'll see what happens. But the streams are getting better. You guys are you're helping out a lot. All right, but we'll leave it at that. Appreciate you guys. None of this is financial advice, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.